Hey guys, Kevin here. This video will serve as a basic guide for the proper hookup of the white and amber switchback halos or strips that came in your Panther Lights headlights. Regardless if you have a Grand Marquis, a Crown Vic, Marauder, or Town Car, if your build came with the white and amber switchback halos or strips, this video will help you breeze right through that installation. At this point, you should have already watched the first two videos in the tutorials playlist on how to hook up your HID components and how to properly aim your headlights. If you haven't, please make sure that you watch both of those once you're done here. Now, there are many different ways to get this done, but I've put this guide together to be the easiest and most straightforward install for anybody with a set of basic hand tools. So when you receive your package, obviously you'll get both of the headlights and all of the HID or LED components that came with your build, but you'll also receive the LED drivers that are for your halos or strips, and then you'll also receive a pack of T-taps. In this case, I only have 3 just to show you, but you may have 6 or 9 depending on whatever the setup is. Now, by following this guide, you'll notice that the halo, when you turn your headlight switch on one click just to get the marker lights, or all the way on for your headlights, you'll notice that the halo will turn on white. Obviously, at this point, your turn signal section will be illuminated as well, but I don't have that hooked up for this demonstration. Now, when you turn your turn signal on, obviously your turn signal will flash also, but the halo will also turn orange and flash with your turn signal. And then once you complete your turn, it will stop and then go back to white. Now, here are a couple of the things that you're going to need to get this done. You're going to need a set of pliers, whether it be a standard set of pliers or needle nose, totally up to you. But you're also going to need either a test light or a multimeter. And I have a test light here for demonstration purposes, but either one will work just fine. Now, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use this connector in place of your car. You will have a turn signal that has 3 wires, much like this one here. If you have a Crown Vic, you're going to find your wires right here. If you have a Grand Marquis or Marauder, you're going to have your wires right here. And then if you have a Town Car, your wires are actually going to be on the farthest right cap on the rear of your headlight. So if you pull the connector out, yours might not be angled in a 90-degree way like this one is, but you'll understand why I have a test light here in a moment. So I just wanted you to see this, and I'm going to run over here where I have actual power hooked up and show you what I mean. All right, so what we're going to do, I just have this little setup over here for the power, as this is where my supply is. This cluster of wires is basically representing your car. Okay, so what you're going to do is grab your pigtail or your turn signal harness, as we've already discussed, and then you're going to install the T-taps that I've provided on all 3 wires, okay? So let me show you how to do that. When you take your pigtail, it does not matter where these T-taps go, but you're going to put one on each one of these wires, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you look on the inside of this T-tap, there's a little groove with a vertical slit, right? You're going to wrap the T-tap around the wire, but you're going to place the wire into that groove. Okay, I don't know how well this is coming across on video here, but once you do, close the T-tap, grab your set of pliers, and then just crimp these down on there. And then once you crimp that on there, you'll hear it click. It is in and has a good connection. So now you're going to do that to all 3 wires, and I'll show you why this is important. So I'm going to set this down. Once you have all of your T-taps connected to those wires, you're going to take your test light, and I'm going to ground it over here. But what you're going to do is ground it to a screw or bolt that's attached to bare metal or the negative terminal of the battery. Now, to show you, if you were to take the lead, the tip of your test light, and touch it to the positive terminal of the battery, your test light is going to turn on. This means that you have a good connection and you are ready to proceed with your test. Now, at this point, you can see I have the marker lights on. Now, at this point, your halos will not be turned on, but your corner light or whatever running light is on your particular vehicle will be illuminated. So now take your test light and start probing all 3 of those T-taps. Now, I'm going to use this pigtail as a demonstration again, but with this closed, you can see the T-tap here. You're going to put the tip of the test light down in there to touch the metal pins. Now, obviously, it's not doing anything right now because this is not connected to any sort of power. But in this case, I know right here that this wire is my running light. So this, by sticking this down in here, should turn my test light on. And you can see now I've identified this is the running light. So now you're going to go over to your halo driver, which we're going to pull from over here, and take your red wire that's labeled DRL, daytime running lights, and you're going to take the T-tap and everything that's connected, and you'll see the little slit right there, and then there's a little pin inside of here. You just put that pin right inside that slit and then push it tight. Now we know that in this case the DRL is hooked up because we've identified it with our test light. For the one that comes on and stays on, this is your parking light or daytime running lights. Now if you move over to another one and it doesn't do anything at all, that's your ground wire. And if you want to confirm that, move on to the third and final one, and you can see that the test light is flashing with the turn signal. Now we've identified all three wires. The one that turns on and stays on is your DRL. The one that flashes like this is your turn signal. And the one that does not illuminate the test light at all is your ground. It's very simple, and that is all. If you have any questions, if you have any problems, if for whatever reason you can't seem to figure this out, feel free to reach out to me. I'll do everything I can to try to help you out. And yeah, aside of all of that, enjoy your lights. I do appreciate the support. And if you have anything you need from me, feel free to let me know. Take care of yourself. Bye now.